Science. It's our relentless quest for truth. Our way of peeling back the layers of mystery, finding logic where chaos seems to reign. But what happens when science itself encounters a puzzle it can't solve? When discoveries emerge that defy all current understanding? At least for now. Brace yourselves, because we're about to explore 10 of the most bizarre discoveries that still leave scientists utterly stumped. Number 10, the Longyou Caves. Deep within the remote Chinese village of Xianbeikun in Zhejiang province lie the awe-inspiring Longyou Caves. At first glance you might think, another ancient marvel. But look closer. These caverns are a labyrinth of mysteries that continue to baffle experts. Unearthed in 1994, these colossal man-made grottos are estimated to be between 2,000 and an incredible 3,000 years old. That places them on the historical map before even China's most celebrated generation. And here's the real head-scratcher. The engineering prowess on display here seems far beyond the capabilities of any known pre-imperial civilization. These caves are vast, breathtakingly wide and high. Can you imagine the sheer human effort required to excavate such a monumental structure without modern machinery? Thousands toiling day and night. Every single surface walls, ceilings painstakingly etched with impossibly precise parallel lines. And the structural integrity? So sound that significant degradation is almost non-existent after millennia. All this achieved in the Stygian darkness of a cave, armed with only the most primitive lighting. It's an archaeological enigma of epic proportions. Incredibly, archaeologists still have no definitive idea who built them. When rediscovered, the caves were entirely flooded. The builders vanished without a trace, no records, no tools, no remnants of their daily lives. The only clues to their identity? Some incredibly ambiguous stone carvings. Number 9, Roman Dodecahedrons. These curious Roman dodecahedrons might appear like ornate metal trinkets, but they date back to the 2nd and 3rd centuries CE. Typically crafted from bronze or stone, these hollow 12-sided objects are studded with small spheres and sometimes adorned with cryptic symbols of the era. The mystery: nobody truly understands their purpose. The first was unearthed in 1739, and since then, over 115 more have surfaced. Intriguingly, they're found exclusively in northeastern Europe areas like modern-day France, Hungary, Belgium, and Great Britain. Similar-looking gold artifacts have appeared in Southeast Asia, but whether they're related remains an open question for scientists. Even more perplexing, there's absolutely zero mention, no texts, no depictions of these objects in any known historical records from their supposed era. It's a historical blank page, adding to their deep enigma. Theories abound, of course. Simple decorative pieces, specialized tools for knitting gloves, or perhaps devices to determine the optimal sowing date for winter grain. Speculation is rife, but to this day no single confirmed explanation for their existence has emerged. Number 8, the Maine Penny. The Maine Penny, sometimes called the Goddard coin, is a silver coin of Norwegian origin, believed to have been minted in the latter half of the 11th century. What makes it so extraordinary? It was discovered in the state of Maine, USA, back in 1957. Consider this: a European coin on the American continent, a staggering 400 years before Columbus's famed voyages to the Western Hemisphere. Initially, it was theorized that early Norse explorers brought it. But that idea largely faded, as it's the only European artifact of that period found at the site. Another popular theory involved Viking traders whose voyages are confirmed to have reached North America as early as the 10th century. This explanation also hit a wall. There's a gap of at least 200 years between confirmed Viking voyages and the period this particular coinage was in circulation. Some have suggested it might have been traded south by Native Americans from areas where Vikings had first landed. Yet, the inconsistencies surrounding its presence are so numerous that many suspect it's a clever forgery or perhaps even deliberately planted as a hoax. Genuine artifact or elaborate prank, its discovery continues to baffle experts. Number 7. The Baltic Sea Object. June 2011. The Swedish ocean diving team, OceanX, detected something profoundly strange via sonar resting on the floor of the northern Baltic Sea. What they found wasn't a typical shipwreck or natural rock formation. It was peculiar, almost artificial. Some observers even remarked on its uncanny resemblance to a certain legendary bounty hunter's space freighter. Known today as the Baltic Sea Anomaly, it's estimated to be an astonishing 14,000 years old. Shape? Bizarre, rounded, structure-like object that appears almost designed. And get this, the sonar readings revealed a clear track etched into the seabed, stretching for about 300 meters from its location, as if it skidded to a halt in some ancient cataclysmic event. However, concrete explanations for its origin remain elusive. Could it be the remnants of an ancient temple, with the track being a rudimentary road, all swallowed by the sea as levels rose? Until OceanX or another well-funded investigation team can get a closer, hands-on look, this will remain a tantalizing deep-sea enigma. Number 6. The Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone. This is one of the most contentious and puzzling out-of-place artifacts ever found. The Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone first saw the light of day in 1872, unearthed by workers digging in New Hampshire. Initially, it was thought to be a Native American artifact, perhaps a symbol of unity between tribes. But in 1994, a detailed analysis of its craftsmanship revealed something astounding. The holes bored into the stone are exceptionally regular and smooth. So precise, experts state that they were unlikely to have been created with any known prehistoric North American tools. Instead, they bear the hallmarks of drilling with a handheld power tool, technology dating no earlier than the 19th century. Unless it's an elaborate hoax, this glaring anachronism, the conflict between its supposed ancient origin and its modern craftsmanship, makes its true place in history impossible to determine. Even if the stone itself is ancient, how when it was carved into its current form remains a complete puzzle. Now we're at the halfway point. Feast your eyes on this, a strange, unusually large, transparent object accidentally discovered in 2014. It has an irregular, almost organic shape and emits a cool, bluish luminescence. For a long time, this object had experts stumped. But eventually, its true nature was revealed. Think you know what it is? Drop your guess in the comments below. Let's see if you can decipher this one faster than the experts did. We'll unveil the answer later in the video. Number 5. Slime mold intelligence. What truly constitutes intelligence? Sapience? Sentience? It's often simpler to point to examples of intelligence than to define the abstract concept itself. And some life forms consistently challenge our very perception of it. Consider the profound mystery of slime molds. While perhaps not an ancient artifact, their abilities are profoundly puzzling and challenge our very definition of thought. This pulsating, vibrant yellow, gelatinous membrane is capable of navigating incredibly complex environments. When it locates a food source, for instance, it marks its path with chemical trails and then remembers the most efficient route. Possessing no brain or central nervous system as we understand it, it's capable of solving mazes, interpreting maps, optimizing routes, and even analyzing its surroundings, all through its own unique, decentralized form of intelligence. How and why did slime mold evolve such sophisticated problem-solving abilities? While some of its basic biological processes can be traced to earlier organisms, its current mechanism of thought is a profound biological mystery, or at least a testament to the limitations of our current definitions of intelligence. Number 4. The wow signal. Picture this. A quiet evening, August 15, 1977. A narrow-band radio signal, soon to become the stuff of legend, was detected by the Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio, USA. This anomalous 72-second burst was incredibly potent, registering more than 30 times the intensity of the typical background cosmic radiation from that patch of sky. The printed digital readout of the signal was so astonishing that astronomer Jerry Amon famously scrawled, "Wow," beside it, and the name stuck. So what makes it so baffling, so enduringly mysterious? The signal appeared to emanate from the vicinity of the M55 star cluster in the constellation Sagittarius, but its precise origin point was never determined. Its duration and natural fade, in and fade-out pattern, ruled out simple glitches or terrestrial interference. Natural astrophysical sources like pulsars were also deemed unlikely, as the signal was a one-off event, lacking the characteristic regularity of such phenomena. Crucially, this immensely powerful signal was detected at a frequency of 1420 MHz, the precise frequency at which neutral hydrogen atoms naturally radiate. This waterhole frequency is considered by many scientists to be a logical channel for interstellar communication. This detail fueled intense speculation about an artificial, possibly extraterrestrial origin. Though alternative theories involving hydrogen clouds around comets have since been proposed in an attempt to find a natural explanation. Still, the truth remains elusive. The wow signal has never been detected again. Number 3. The Dogu figurine. The Dogu figurines are a fascinating collection of clay statuettes, varying widely in shape and size, discovered all across Japan. Their name, Dogu, simply means earthen figure in Japanese. To date, an incredible 18,000 of these figurines have been officially catalogued, with some dating back as far as 2300 to an astonishing 10,000 years. While many readily classify them as artifacts from Japan's prehistoric German period, their true purpose remains shrouded in mystery. The prevailing academic theory suggests they were effigies, perhaps human-like representations into which it was believed beneficial or protective spiritual energy could be channeled. This aligns somewhat with the animistic roots of Japan's later Shinto religion. However, given that these figurines predate the earliest clear traces of such organized beliefs by millennia, this idea remains unconfirmed. And then there are the more sensational theories, proposing these are depictions of ancient alien visitors, clad in some form of primitive spacesuit, interpreted and rendered by the artistic conventions of that distant era. Whatever our current interpretations, the vast chasm of time they represent may make it impossible to ever definitively unravel their enduring mystery. Number 2. The Voynich Manuscript. Perhaps one of the most iconic unsolved literary mysteries of all time. The Voynich Manuscript is a codex, an early type of book handwritten in an entirely unknown script and filled with bizarre illustrations that nobody has yet been able to definitively decipher. Named after Wilfrid Voynich, the antiquarian bookseller who brought it to public attention in 1912, carbon dating of its vellum pages indicates it was created sometime in the early 15th century. Flipping through its pages is like stepping into an alien dreamscape. It contains strange astronomical or astrological charts, peculiar depictions of small, nude female figures bathing in elaborate networks of pipes and pools, and meticulously drawn illustrations of otherworldly plants and fantastical creatures, unlike anything known to botany or zoology. The language itself is an enigma. Could it be random, meaningless gibberish? Statistical analysis suggests otherwise. It exhibits linguistic patterns, word frequencies, entropy, and structural regularities consistent with genuine human languages. Some have even claimed it's an elaborate hoax, either by its original author or even by Voynich himself, never intended to hold any decipherable meaning. Yet its intricate detail, the sheer labor involved in its creation, combined with the carbon dating and material analysis, make a simple hoax theory difficult to sustain. As for who penned this cryptic document, and for what purpose, that remains an entirely separate, tantalizing mystery of its own. Before I unveil the one most perplexing enigma on this list, if you're finding these unexplained mysteries as fascinating as I do, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We regularly upload videos packed with amazing facts and mind-bending discoveries, so you won't want to miss out on expanding your knowledge of the incredible world and universe around us. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time we release a new video exploring more amazing truth. Number 1. The Zodiac Concrete Slab. The Zodiac Concrete Slab was the provisional name given to a curious piece of carved stone unearthed near a residence in Mission, British Columbia, in 2013. True to its name, the stone is adorned with a series of zodiac and astrological symbols. As far as any official reports or testimonies indicate, no confirmed, universally accepted explanation for the origin or purpose of this so-called Zodiac Concrete Slab exists. The slab was discovered at a relatively shallow depth, suggesting it might have been buried naturally over a fairly recent period, or perhaps was deliberately covered as part of some unknown landscaping or design project. The carvings themselves hint that it may have served an actual purpose beyond mere edgy decoration. The intricate rings and lines within the zodiac symbols suggest it could have functioned as a form of rudimentary sundial used either aesthetically or for practical timekeeping. As for what, if anything, lies further beneath it, that information has not yet been publicly disclosed by those who originally found the slab. Regardless of how mundane its true use or origin may eventually prove to be, the Zodiac Concrete Slab retains its own distinct aura of mystery. Unless official documentation surfaces, it may well remain the obscure enigma it perhaps was always meant to be. Now let's return to that mysterious transparent object we showed you earlier. Initially, speculation ran wild. Was it a meteorite, a fragment of a space rock? But there were no telltale signs of atmospheric entry, no fusion crust. Then it was thought it might be a raw, unpolished precious mineral, perhaps quartz, diamond, or corundum. But analysis quickly ruled those out too. If you guessed something along the lines of a common backyard item, you were remarkably close. Actually, after thorough analysis, the mysterious transparent object was identified nothing more than a decorative glass rock. Specifically, a piece of colored glass often sold for use in garden landscaping and aquariums. So, there you have it. Not a visitor from the cosmos, nor a priceless gem, unfortunately. So, what are your thoughts? Do any of the other incredible artifacts featured in this video have a similarly simple, plausible explanation hidden just beneath the surface of mystery? Are there other unsolved enigmas you'd like us to explore, things that ignite your sense of awe and imagination? Let me know your theories and suggestions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.